Welcome, everyone, to the Harland Clarke Loyalty Slidecast. This is Stephenie Williams, Senior Strategist with Harland Clarke, and with us today are our special guests from Forrester Research, Emily Murphy, Loyalty Researcher. To kick it off today, I'd like to hand it over to Emily Murphy that's going to walk us through some insights Forrester brings to the topic of loyalty. Emily?
Thanks, Stephenie. So in this recovering economy, we know that marketers are turning to loyalty and they have loyalty on the brain. They're increasingly turning to their loyalty programs to boost customer attention and business performance overall. And really, the financial services industry is no exception. From points programs to cashback to merchant network rewards programs, you'll find that most financial services organizations offer some sort of rewards program for their customers. And while loyalty programs are everywhere, few are actually driving and generating loyal behavior. And so I've identified 5 major problems with their current efforts. First, many loyalty programs lack an overarching strategy. Too often, the loyalty goals are separate from the marketing goals and then the business goals. And as a result, data insights and customer insights aren't shared across the organization, or worse, even worse, customer data goes uncollected. And this is expensive and really results in a lack of common goals for the customer. Second, many programs fail to target incremental spenders. And in the financial services space, along with other verticals, the rewards come across as very one-size-fits-all. They aren't curtailed to any sort of specific customer activity. And these unfocused loyalty programs risk targeting customers who are likely to spend regardless of the incentives. This wastes time and resources because marketers that target all of their customers, regardless of value, spend extra money on the rewards without driving any sort of behavioral change. In financial services, this can range from increasing the product penetration per household or perhaps increased usage of a debit card. Furthermore, loyalty programs fail to engage their customers. When a consumer joins a loyalty program, they're essentially raising their hand and asking to be identified. And they're sharing valuable quantitative and qualitative information about themselves. But many loyalty programs don't do anything with the data. And let's be honest, if I'm going to tell you my birthday, I at least want a birthday gift out of it, or some sort of recognition that it's my birthday. The relationship between a loyalty program and the customer needs to be a two-way street, a give and get that goes beyond just dishing out rewards. And loyalty programs that fail to engage with members of their loyalty program miss out on developing a deeper or a long-lasting connection with arguably their best customers. When it comes to the actual program reward, often the perceived value of the reward is less than the actual value. If consumers think they aren't getting a good deal, they're actually probably going to either not redeem their points or for their reward, or even worse, they may take their business elsewhere. The value of the reward is really in the eye of the beholder here. Stephenie, has Harland Clarke had experience in this area?
Actually, we have, Emily. In working with a client that was using premium items for acquisition campaigns for checking accounts, they had elected to change from those premium items to highlighting their rewards program as a part of those acquisition programs. And what we saw, they initially, in making this change, saw a decline of about 35% in their response rate. And they were, really puzzled by this. They came to us and asked that we help solve this problem. We worked with them to review the creative, and much as you've described, we found that it was difficult for a consumer to understand the value of the points that they had associated with the reward program. We worked with them to curtail the messaging and really focus in on how quickly a customer could earn something that they recognized value, which in this case were retailer gift cards. Upon changing the creative, what we were able to achieve along with that client is not only did they return to the previous response rates they had achieved, but they got a 20% increase over those response rates, yielding to a far better acquisition program, both for the client and the customers really understood the value of rewards and became engaged customers.
That's great. So the fifth problem, and this is not only is this a result of the previous problems that I mentioned, but this is also its own problem, is that loyalty programs really struggle to differentiate themselves in the marketplace. There are so many loyalty programs out there, and they all have similar structures, they have similar currencies, they have similar reward structures as well. They come across as me-too efforts in the marketplace. Loyalty programs, and just to give you a proof point on this, we asked U.S. online consumers who subscribe to loyalty programs why they subscribe, and a whopping 84% said they subscribe because they want to save money. And if you compare that to the 22% that subscribe because they like to be associated with retailers, it really tells you that it's all about the cold hard cash. And to protect margins and to really avoid a price race to the bottom of the barrel, loyalty programs need to do more to stand out. 3 things that they can do more, like in your financial services firm, there are 3 things you can do to really make your loyalty program stand out. The first is advanced segmentation. So identifying the customers that are either valuable or not valuable to your program. The second is highly relevant targeting. So really targeting and customizing those offers to the right people at the right time. And finally, creating an enriched customer experience that feels like almost like a one-to-one relationship between the program and the consumer. And this is where customer intelligence comes in. Forrester defines customer intelligence as the way that marketers collect, manage, analyze, and apply customer data from all sources to drive marketing performance and business performance. And when you combine customer intelligence with your loyalty program data, it allows you to improve it. CI and loyalty have a mutually beneficial relationship, much the way that oxpeckers and impalas have a symbiotic relationship, and the oxpeckers reduce the impala's parasites and use them for food. Customer intelligence and CI, when they're put together, make both smarter. So customer intelligence makes loyalty smarter because when you combine the two, it allows you to do those things that I just talked about, improving customer segmentation, increasing the relevancy of your targeting, and improving your offers. On the flip side, loyalty provides an amazing data source for loyalty, for customer intelligence. Loyalty programs encourage consumers to make themselves more identifiable, and in financial services, you already are at an advantage because many of your programs are already tied to a form of payment, which gives you access to massive amounts of transactional and behavioral data. And so when you tie customer intelligence and loyalty together, it creates a really nice feedback loop, where customer intelligence creates customer insights based on the value of your customers that can then be fed into your loyalty program to improve your offers and improve your relevancy. And then the loyalty program encourages consumers to share information about themselves and creates a massive amount of valuable customer data that can then be fed back into the customer intelligence practice. Simply put, customer intelligence makes loyalty programs smarter. It generates the customer knowledge necessary to ensure that a loyalty program delivers valuable offers to the right customer. And a loyalty program is intelligent when it's doing 4 things. The first is it's using customer intelligence to link back the loyalty program to the marketing and business strategy. In a sense, CI can be used as a command center for loyalty. It ensures that loyalty initiatives match up to the business goals and objectives, and also gives marketers a clear line of sight as to the impact of the loyalty program specifically. Second, customer intelligence should be used to form insights on customer value as the customer data is aggregated in from all sources. This allows you to identify customers to target as well as customers to avoid who may not respond to any sort of incentives or marketing. The third is that you can use these customer insights to create advanced segmentation and build out customer segments, identifying, again, the most valuable customers or those that are either most or least likely to respond to offers. And finally, using that advanced segmentation and the customer insights, you can drive relevant customer experiences in real time. So when you link your loyalty program with a customer database, you increase the relevancy and timeliness of your offers. So what can you do? What can your financial services organization do to infuse your loyalty program with intelligence? The first step would be to start by evaluating the intelligence of your current efforts. Evaluate across 5 categories. So we have strategy, data collection, customer intelligence maturity, offer management, and measurement. Think about how the strategy of your loyalty program links back to the overall strategy of your business. consider your offer management practices and really delve into whether or not you're measuring the success and failure of your programs effectively. From this evaluation, create a clear list of priorities and identify potential partners either internally or externally that you need to work with to achieve those priorities. Externally, you see a lot of financial services companies working with merchant networks to increase the value of the rewards. So they use merchant-funded rewards to drive their customer behavior. If necessary, build a business case to support whatever additional technology or training investments you need. And think about what other departments could benefit from this, as they may be willing to share the budgetary responsibility. And finally, continually reevaluate as you go through the process to make sure that you're staying on track and really adhering to your priorities. I'm going to throw it over to Stephenie. Do you have any additional takeaways you'd like to add from Harland Clarke?
Yes, Emily, thank you. Really, as we've experienced working with clients around loyalty, is the importance, as you've illustrated today, of customer intelligence. And one of those areas that we've learned over time is the area of redemption and the importance of redemption. In working with a couple of clients with rewards programs, we looked at those individuals that hadn't redeemed and developed contact plans for those customers. And once you get a customer to go from an accumulator to a redeemer, what we've seen is an increase in the return on investment for those customers. It's important to keep that in mind while you're looking at, many look at the startup components, and then you look at the nuts and bolts of how you'll execute. It's important to keep your eye towards redemption as well. I'd like to thank Forrester, Emily particularly, for your contribution today.
Thank you.
We hope you've all learned more about loyalty and the importance of infusing your loyalty programs with customer intelligence. Thank you, and have a good day.